Welcome to the podcast that I really don't know the name of it, but it's interesting. You know what I mean? We're working on that. It's kind of ghetto over here. Welcome though. Welcome. It's ghetto over here. We're in the kitchen. How about your boy? I am Dane Got Jokes. Usually I'm on here with my homie Ismula Rouge. We are both self-proclaimed comedians, I guess. I have yet to hit a stage. I'm working on it. I'm gonna holler at y'all and let you guys know when I get there. We got a couple of topics today. I believe six of them. I'm gonna run through them. I want people's feedback. I want I want to create a conversation. Yell at me. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what the deal is. Let me know if you don't agree with something. Let me know. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I want a conversation out of it. We're uploading on Facebook. We're uploading on YouTube as well. And we are chopping up stuff to create a conversation. So you will see bits and pieces throughout the internet. Let's get into the first topic, right? Does everyone think they're a therapist now? And the answer is blood clot. Yes, it is. It is the truth. I think in reality, it's because everybody's trying to be healed now. So we're learning a bunch about, you know what I mean, about therapy and how we need to handle situations. We're learning a lot about mental health and things like that. So I think in reality, and this is just my honest opinion, I think in reality, it's hard not to, because if I'm going to therapy and learning something about myself, and then you know a month later I'm talking to somebody about what I learned, and there you go, and they're gonna start learning different coping mechanisms, right? They're gonna start learning different terms and all that, and that's what's happening. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, the answer is yes. Everybody thinks they're therapists now. The problem is everybody thinks they're therapists now. So so how that goes is now you can't talk to nobody without them asking if you're healed yet, right? Or they're using the words incorrectly, right? Or they're overly examining you, or they're trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to use the therapy tactics on you, the psychiatrist tactics on you, right? And they don't know how to do it. They're not licensed, they're not professional therapists. That's not what they do. And that's the downside, right? And also, here's another thing that may or may not cause an issue, right? If you have some issues and you're not as healed as the next person, meaning you haven't went to therapy as much and you haven't really sat down with anybody and talk with them as much as the next person, well, that person will use that against you. I'm not like, no. If you, I'm married. If I'm dating and you're telling me how I'm not as healed as you, or I'm too healed for you, or whatever, that's weird. If that's what deters you from dating, then that's weird. So I think in reality, there are pluses and minuses with it, right? Let's just be honest. There's pluses and minuses. There's situations that I got friends that tell me stories like, um, I only date. I had one female friend. She told me I only date healed men, and I was like, how do you know they're healed? Well, I know because the type of stuff they talk about, the kind of things they say. What things do they say? Well, they use certain terminology, like she's running down the terminology, and I'm like, bro, that's not. I can Google that. Like, that's not. You get what I'm saying? So look at that. Like, I got Google trying to go crazy, but in reality, yeah, man, it's again, if I can Google something and learn it real quick, somebody else can too. And that's Google. It has everything, right? Let's be real. It has everything. I understand that. But if I can learn some terminology and fake ass use it in front of you and use it to get some ass, then I'm gonna do that. That's what guys are gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And there's some women that do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That push that pop that P. You understand me? So let's think about that. If you are in therapy, do it for you. When you meet somebody that show you signs that they're not healthy mentally, then go with that. Terminology is not going to help you. He's vegan, not going to help you. She's vegan, ain't going to help you, right? None of that type of stuff. You can do, ladies, you can do 72 yoni steams. If you're an asshole, you're still going to be an asshole. It takes real work. Same thing, fellas. It takes real work. You know what I mean? It just does. And that's the reality. If I could take a shot like Ozempic or something like that to get rid of issues that I have, I would. I think. And I may or may not be funny after though. That's the only thing. Well, anyway, like I said, I don't want a lot of these problems I have. And the shit ain't cute when you get older and you got gray hair and all this, and you're dealing with these problems. So in reality, it's better to be healthy, better to be, better to be taken care of in terms of your mental health and all that. Obviously, right? Let's be real. It is. But to think you're a therapist, everybody think that they're a therapist and all that's BS. Let that go. Let it go. Next topic. Next topic. And this one was like, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people voted for this topic. This is, and y'all can feel free to comment on Facebook and let me know what topics you want me to cover. But this one, honestly, was another one too. I'm gonna be clear and concise. I don't want to ramble. Are we dating for love or for lifestyle? I think that we are dating for love. I think that there are way more people dating for lifestyle than there used to be, right? And I say that being a millennial, right? People are dating because somebody else got money. Right? That's a tale as old as time. But what I have noticed a lot of is dating for an image, right? Not actually being really into the person, not really wanting to marry the person, but just getting married because it's time. I'm old, you old. Let's do it up. I want to take pictures with you on Instagram. We look good together. I need to let all these other girls know that they could never, look where I'm at now. Same thing for the fellas. Look where I'm at now. They could, you get what I'm saying? And it's not everybody doing that. And I know that. And that's the reality of it. Right. But the sad part is, honestly, the sad part is that hearts are still broken. People are still cheated on. Relationships still explode in your face when you date for the wrong reasons. Dating for lifestyle looks like this. Is how it looks to me. When you dating for lifestyle, it looks like you met a guy who got a lot of money and you want him to take you to Cabo Verde, so you could not be the baddest chick on the island because all them islands is filled with baddies, right? But you can go to Cabo Verde. You could go to all these different places around the world. I bring up Cabo Verde because it's crazy viral right now. But you can go across the world and you can go whatever, go do your thing. You can go do your thing, right? Yay, let's have fun. Let's do that, right? And we're going to glaze over this a little bit too. Hold on. Yeah, because I'm gonna bring that up. Yeah. All right. So again, you want to go all over the place. You want to take trips all over the world, right? And I'm bringing up women when it comes to it because a lot of the times it's not men dating for lifestyle. Now, if you're dating a man for money and lifestyle, that looks one way. But I haven't seen it men do it yet. But they don't make it a big deal, right? But I bet this is how it looks in real life. I'm willing to bet you that in real life it looks like the dude dating the girl that looks way better than him, and he just got the money. I'm just saying, it's the opposite, bro. So those dudes that got all the money, right, that we were just talking about, the women dating for lifestyle, there's a lot of men that don't look great. You know what I'm saying? They whooped, beat to the floor, and they go get them a baddie, put the baddie on their shoulders, and the baddie creates a bit of a look and image, right? And they like that, right? They like that. And I think that comes along with honestly, it comes along with the discussion of women doing the same thing. A lot of men who can't pull can pull with money now, you know, and honestly, they get did crazy. They get done the worst. But if you go into it thinking, if you go into it assuming the worst, then you probably get it. You go into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna just get with her. I got money. She don't really love me. I'm just hitting it because I got money. If you go into it like that, then you probably do okay. But if you think she loves you, right, or you think that ugly dude with the money loves you, right? Because he's showering you with gifts, and you might find out, oh, you're number 12 this month. Might be a tough might be a tough discussion. Might be. You might need therapy. You might need that. This brings me to my next topic. We kind of hinted at that for a little bit, right? My next topic, right? Um, Cabo Verde baddies. Cabo Verde baddies. There was a video that I was watching not too long ago that talked about something that always pops into my mind. Here's what always pops into my mind whenever, and this is just how I feel. Yeah, like I said, it ain't necessarily the way everybody else got to feel. Whatever. Here's how I feel. Cape Verde. Can't pronounce it. Archipelago off the coast of West Africa. Okay, right. It's a cluster of islands. It's not just one island. Settled by the French and the Portuguese. Settled by the French and the Portuguese. Can't remember exactly. I actually did a book report on them back in the day. So all my stuff was on Africa when I was a kid. But I could be wrong. Correct me. Cabo Verde baddies are something I've discussed years ago. But they're literally viral right now. They're viral on the internet for being extremely attractive. The first thing that came to my mind when I started seeing the videos, maybe about a week into it, is why am I only seeing like light skin Cape Verdeans? Like, why am I only seeing that? Now, I don't know the percentage of how many light skin. I don't know that. And also, it's not anybody's fault if you're from Cape Verde and you get on video and you're light skinned and you do a video. It's not your fault, right? I'm light skinned. I'm on video right now, right? I think in reality, the reason why I was asking that question was because I know who's sharing stuff. I know who's liking stuff. And when I hear dudes talk about they trying to get over there, I'm wondering if you think, or if you're hoping these are islands full of just light skinned baddies. And that's why you're trying to go there. You know what I'm saying? So one girl made a video, right? She was dark skinned. She made a video saying, hey, I'm Cape Verdean. Um, I'm kind of finding it a little weird that I'm only seeing light skin representation of our country. And I feel like this and that. And it reminds me of, you know, Brazil and Cuba and Puerto Rico and stuff like that. That's what she said it reminds her of. And I get that, right? And many other countries. There's a list of, right? And I understand that and I respect that. And I see um, kind of where she's coming from. You know what I mean? When she talks about it. Pay attention to stuff like that, y'all, because when you start talking about, you can start to create division between certain women, right? There's dark skin and there's light skinned women there. I want that to be something that we talk about. Baddies, nonetheless. I don't really care what color they are. A baddie is a baddie. If y'all find a baddie there, y'all find a baddie there. No, but I do want to put that out there as just respecting representation. This is a country off the coast of Africa. The women come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors, right? Um, and it isn't fair that one group is being put out there as the baddies of that country, right? It's kind of weird. Um, Also, there's a small portion of like Cape Verdeans. I think they're in right under Boston, somewhere in Massachusetts, but they're out here. They're out here in America. There's a lot of them out here in America. Let's move on to the next topic. I didn't want to bring y'all down. I just want to make sure that I put that out there. That deserves, you know what I mean? That deserves its respect. And we out here showing love to the whole diaspora, man. Dark skin, light skin, whatever. Man. My wife's dark skin. I like chocolate. Everybody like their own thing. Is liking someone's picture cheating? Okay. I like pictures. Well, not anymore. So I did end up liking a picture on Facebook once, and my wife saw it. I'm not sure. No, it was a video. Sorry, it was a video. And I didn't like it for that reason, but 100% looked like I like it for one reason. So I completely understood, apologized. Hey, this is not what it is, but I see what you think it is. I get it. Like, I respect it. Also, I'm reading your message loud and clear. No liking certain stuff, whatever. Cool. So fast forward, let's go to Instagram, right? On Instagram, what I've learned is that you could reshare stuff, right? For me, I don't tend to just like be on there liking girls' pictures. I just don't, because the representation it has of me as a married man, it looks kind of weird. There are models, even porn stars, like, you know what I'm saying, models, all kind of different people on online that we tend to follow and all that, and that's cool. Like I'll follow I follow there's like different like famous good looking women that we follow. Right, I follow them, Maya, whoever else. Like I follow them all, Topanga, um, damn. I mean, whoever you can think of that's attractive, right? I follow them and all that, right? Even some hidden gems, in my opinion, right? Cool, we'll follow them, right? The same way your wife will follow Usher or Chris Brown or something like that, right? But I think when you take steps further into like comment like, "Ooh, girl, ooh, like that's not cool, bro." Um, Hopping in the inbox of those women, right? Um, and liking certain pictures, right? It's like, I don't know, it just don't look right. Again, when you're married, I'm always thinking of how I'm representing the woman I'm married to. I don't want to be that guy that, you know what I'm saying, that dog ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that at all. So that hopefully that answers that question. Is it cheating? It is cheating if your significant other deems it cheating. That's the reality of it. For me, it doesn't feel right. And it doesn't feel right usually means it's probably cheating somebody. So physically you're not messing with her. Emotionally you're not messing with her. It's how it looks to the other person, right? So if it's cheating to that person, then don't do it. Um, it's close enough for somebody to be mad at you, right? And have a discussion with you for it. So, in my opinion, I probably wouldn't do it, especially if you're married. I've been married for a while. It ain't a good look. Most people would be like, "What are you doing, bro? You're a grown ass man. You're a grown ass woman." Um, let's get to the next question, and this might be the last one. Um, is marriage still worth it today? Is marriage still worth it today? Okay. Is marriage still worth it today? Marriage is still worth it, but when you say worth it, that sounds like there's a dollar amount. But I like that. I don't know about the dollar amount. Marriage is will always be worth it to two people who love each other unconditionally and who are okay with jotting down on paper. For me, the actual the joining of lives and families were the biggest deal to me. That was my big, that was my thing. Was just joining families together, bringing the last name, having kids, house, and all that. I didn't care about the paperwork, but I know what comes with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in reality, that comes with it, but I didn't care that about no paperwork. I wanted to hurry up and have that person and be married to her, and that's what it was. So I think marriage is a difficult conversation right now because not because of what it is, it's because of the kind of people that are out here now. So marriage is valued a lot less because um it's a lot easier to desecrate the marriage. It's a lot easier to people cheat more. People leave for the smaller. People leave for reasons that they don't even date anymore. If you were to fix the issue of marriage, the first step you would take, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, get your ass out there and date. If you meet somebody and the first thing y'all do is go straight to the girl house or to his house and he busts, listen, if that's how you want to play it, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just be honest. That's up to you. But if that's the first thing that you want to do, if that's a normal thing to you, that's on you. Right? Because what ends up happening is you're letting somebody get to where they want to get to before you have a chance to filter them out and see what's up. If you meet a guy who just wants to hit and he hits, then he hits and he leaves. Maybe he tries to hit again. He'll try to hit again. He's not stupid, right? If you meet a guy that doesn't want to hit, that doesn't want to just hit, he wants to get to know you, and you let him hit just as fast as you let the other guy hit, he might leave because he thinks you with that extra, you know what I'm saying? He thinks you might be a little quick one, right? And he's not wrong. And what ends up happening is now there's two dudes. One of them had potential, the other one didn't. And to you, they look the same, but they're not the same. You treated them the same, though. You should have treated them one way. Unless, as a woman, right, you're like, oh, you know what? I just want to mess. I just want to hop into bed with this dude and do my thing. That's different, fellas. You are meeting these women. And we talk. I just finished talking about letting people get to what they wanted to, what they want to get to before you vet them out. Right. The man's version of that. Right. Our body isn't usually what the women are after. Right. That's easy money. Usually it's our money. Right. So if you do have money, she will do what she can to get to that. And if you let her spend that money and you go give her, or you giving her money left and right, this is what happens. In reality, this is what happens. You have an issue where now you can tell she's after your money gets low, the relationship just ain't the same, right? Or you say no to something and you don't hear from her again, right? Or you only hear from her a lot when you're about to buy her something, right? That's the only. So I guess this here's the key, right? And this is why I bring this up, right? Is marriage still worth it today? Marriage is worth it, if you want to use that term, as it's always been. Are the people worth marrying? Is the question. Um, and I'm going to say a larger portion of today's society is not worth marrying. They are fake healed, right? Which is worse than even not going. Which is worse than not going. Which is worse than just not even trying to get healed, right? They they don't date. They expect the they expect C out of you without doing A and B. Shit, most of the time they want Z out of you, right? Without doing the things that come before that. The men expect the world because they have the ability to provide for you, right? But they can't do anything else for you, right? Provision is there, but nothing else. The women expect gold treatment because um, they look a particular way. Right. Some of them don't even. Anyway, that's what's going on. So you have men saying, "Give me this because I got money," and you got women saying, "Okay, well, give me this because I got looks." And then you never date. Most of you crack so fast it's scary, and then you have no relationship because you never dated. The dating is what creates the substance. That's what creates it. The dating was when you fell in love. Do you remember falling in love? Like as an adult. Matter of fact, let's say not even as an adult, let's say a high schooler. You remember when you fell in love? When there was no discussion of who could provide for who made this kind of money, who did what? That's literally somebody fell in love with you when you had to ask your mama for $20 to take them to the movies. Somebody fell in love with you when you had to borrow your daddy's car, your uncle's car. They fell in love with you, right? And not because they were young and dumb. They fell in love with you, and not what you could provide or how good you look compared to the other women or how good you would look on his arm at the whatever party, right? Um, or how good you can submit, right? Like all these types of things, you don't have to worry about that back in the day. And I think, and it's scary because I think the back in the day part is not really there for our young crowd. I don't think they have a back in the day anymore. I think they're talking about that kind of stuff very young, right? It's like junior baddies, junior um, YNs. You know how I go, like, you know what I mean? I hate the term YN, but it's tough. So anybody who has a son or a daughter, you get to see firsthand how this looks. Um, and yeah, you see firsthand how ghetto this is. And you let me know. You let me know if you still think this is cool. But we're gonna have to go ahead and conclude the video today. But we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna have more questions like this that we talk about. We try to answer. I like the interesting stuff, right? Just as much as you do. And I want to get up on it. I want to talk about everything we can. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is upload this on the YouTube and upload this onto Facebook. And I want some answers, man. Let me know how you feel about these questions. We'll go ahead and chop them up. All right. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Thank you for tuning in to a podcast that I have no idea what the name of it is. I don't know what it is. I can't even get an intro song and an outro song because I don't know what the name of it is. It's ghetto here. Like I said, I'm in the kitchen. I'm gonna holla at y'all, man.